Welcome to the Student Wellness mini lesson on email etiquette. As educators, we truly want to help guide you in the right direction and to help you succeed in your classes as well as in your professional lives. If you use poor email etiquette when communicating with your work manager, potential employer, professor, or with college admissions, it's going to reflect negatively on you. Learning how to send a professional email is important and necessary. The faculty and staff have collaborated with Student Wellness to provide constructive suggestions for improvement. In this mini lesson, we will take a look at some examples to learn from and review the best practices for professional emailing. Sending an email to a peer is not the same as sending it to your teachers, counselors, employers, or college admissions. School-related, work-related, and any business-related emailing should always be professional. Here are some common examples of inappropriate emails. When can I take the test? What did I miss in class? Where is my quiz, test, assignment grade? What's up? Here's my assignment. I hope you like it. Can you write me a letter of recommendation? Sorry I sent it late. Bye. Do any of these look or sound familiar to you? Are you wondering why these are considered inappropriate? First of all, these emails look like text messages. There are no formal salutations, signatures, clear explanations, or options for resolutions. Provide dates and times that work for you and be flexible with the teacher's schedule. It is your responsibility to check the calendar, syllabus, and with a classmate before you email your teacher for more details. Consider how much time has passed since the assignment or assessment was given. Your teachers have many students and many assignments to grade. Avoid text talk, use complete sentences, and address your recipient professionally. All of these emails are lacking information and professionalism. Both of these are key, especially when asking for a favor or an extension. The number one suggestion for improvement was responding to emails. When someone emails you about a class, an assignment, a club, a meeting, or event, it is important to let that person know that you have received the email and have read it and understand the information. Email is one of our main forms of communication here at Pres. It can get overwhelming, but it is important to be checking your email regularly and reading through the important stuff. You are required to check twice a day. Most days it is helpful to check more often. Acknowledging emails is something we can all work on. Let the person who has emailed you know that you have received the information when they ask you to do so, especially with time-sensitive information. Answer their questions or provide the information they need, ideally within 24 hours. A simple, "Okay, I got it," or "Thank you" is enough so that the person reaching out to you does not have to keep following up. If you have time to read it, you have time to respond. Finally, when is it appropriate to use reply all? This can cause even more unnecessary emails for many people. Ask yourself, who needs this information I'm replying with? Typically, small groups or club emails can be reply all because everyone involved needs to know. It is never really necessary to reply all on mass emails to large groups, such as your entire class level. If you get a mass email and need to respond, only reply to the sender. You can also CC or BCC any additional recipients who need the information to avoid emailing everyone else. With so many electronic forms of communication, it is easy to forget how we would talk to someone in person. The second rated suggestion for improvement was formal salutations and signatures. Developing this habit now will set you ahead of your peers. You will need to do this in college and in your future career endeavors. Often an email is a person's first impression of you. Make it a good one. Have a clear subject line to ensure your message will be read. Some teachers have preferences for the subject line, such as your name, the course name, and class period, to help them stay organized. Be mindful of these requests and follow them. It is a good habit to get into because you will be asked to do this in college. When sending an email to prospective jobs or colleges, be specific with your subject, especially if you are including any important attachments. Teachers have multiple classes and many students. Help them help you. You should always use a professional salutation regardless of how well you know the recipient. Safe bets are hello, hi, dear, or to whom it may concern. Professional emails should not address the recipient in a less casual way than you would in person. Miss Nagel in person should stay Miss Nagel in the email. Do not shorten the person's name unless you are given permission to do so. Double check and correctly spell the recipient's first and last name. Start out with a courteous greeting before you dive into what you need, such as, "I hope you are doing well," or when networking, start off with, "I really enjoyed meeting you the other day at," and then fill in the blank. Remember to always sign your emails with your name. Include a closing salutation such as "Thank you," "Sincerely," or "Best." Consider setting up a signature so that it will automatically appear at the end of your email. Directions on how to do so are included in the resource sheet that you will receive at the end of this lesson. It is important to stay concise and proofread. Be sure to write in a language that is easy to understand. Even though email can be a quick form of communication, always use proper English and complete sentences. Take time to proofread for spelling, grammar, proper usage, and punctuation errors. Always use your spell check, but don't solely rely on it. Read your email back to yourself and see if it makes sense and is error-free. Make sure you are spelling the recipient's name correctly. Be mindful of the tone of your email. Are you conveying what you are meaning to say? Are you coming across as entitled? Make the necessary adjustments when needed. Try to keep emails short and sweet, but not as brief as a text message. Take time to craft your complete sentences in a clear and concise manner. Be specific, include all vital information, but try to keep it concise. If your email is too wordy or lengthy, try editing it down before you send. It is also good to note things to avoid, such as text talk, slang, and abbreviations. All of these are unprofessional and do not reflect positively on the author. They do not belong in professional emails. Most of the time, the reason for our emails is to request something from our teachers, such as information, help with an assignment, an extension, or a meeting to make up a test. Let's take a look at a student email from the past. Take a moment to read this email. Reflect on the following questions. What was your first impression after reading it? What is missing, or what would make it better? We will come back to this email in a moment. When you make a mistake, avoid listing excuses and take responsibility for your actions. It's okay to miss or forget an assignment. Problem solve a way to make it up. If you missed a day, read the calendar, syllabus, and previous emails about the subject. If you still need more information, ask a classmate before you email your teacher. When you finally reach out to your teacher, propose possible solutions to resolve your issue. When requesting a meeting, be sure to include a few dates and times and be flexible with their schedule. Plan ahead and give people enough notice so that it will work with their schedule. Some issues cannot be resolved via email and you will have to schedule a time to meet in person. Make time as soon as you can to meet with your teacher so that you do not fall farther behind. If a teacher writes, "See me," in an email, this is not optional. Reply right away with a few dates and times that work for you. Let's take a look at what the email a few slides back should have looked like. Dear Miss Nagel, I hope you are doing well. I'm writing to follow up about my missing assignment. I thought I had uploaded my senior college essay, but I realized this morning I had forgotten to do so. I understand it is now late. I read on the syllabus that assignments can receive partial credit if turned in within the same week. Can you please unlock the assignment on campus so I can upload for partial credit? I would also like to meet with you in person to discuss my grade. I am available Tuesdays and Thursdays after school. Please let me know if you have any availability on those days. Thank you for your time. I look forward to hearing from you. Best, I'm a student, class of 17. Our final tip is on expectations for responses from teachers and other recipients. Our teachers are committed to all of you and want to help you as much as they can. We must be mindful of their time and to respect communication boundaries after school hours. Make sure to plan ahead and be cognizant of time. Set realistic expectations for people's response time. What time of day did you send your email? Is it during regular school hours or at midnight before a test or a due date? We understand that issues may arise last minute, but it is still your responsibility to problem solve and connect with your teacher during regular school hours. If you send a late night email and do not hear back, try finding your teacher before or after school or during their office hours. Teachers need a grace period. They also receive tons of emails every day. Give your teacher at least 24 hours to respond to yours. If it's a busy time in the semester, give them several days to get back to you. Do not forward your first email back to your teacher because they have not responded yet. Send a follow-up email when the appropriate amount of time has passed. If it is urgent, try to follow up in person before you send a second email. If it is not a pressing matter, give the person at least 24 hours to a week before you send a second email. In your email, you will find a resource sheet with more tips to help you succeed. Please make sure you save this to your drive after you open it. Thank you for your time. We hope this mini lesson was helpful. Have a lovely day.